turned off? Do you feel relaxed? Just to warn you, you're my 16th interview for today. Make yourself comfortable. Chairs here are pretty comfortable.
Sure. I mean, that's right. Thank you.
You will not have any visual contact with me. Neither will I with you. The company believes that this is the only way to avoid any subjectivity in this admission test to enter the company.
I didn't know that, but if so, all right.
People's eyes are revealing conditional answers, and that might divert us from the main objective, which is the important one.
Now I understand.
Have you ever sat in more comfortable chair?
Oh yeah, they're really very comfortable. Are they genuine leather or eco-friendly?
The workmanship is special, quite unique.
I see.
Are you ready for this challenge?
Of course I'm ready.
I saw your CV. Languages, education, computer skills. You have enough specializations. First, I'd like to congratulate you for succeeding in making it to this interview. You know how many people apply. It's quite fascinating.
I tried my best.
Do you know what our company is all about?
Well, I have a few guesses here and there, but in general, my curiosity is huge, and I don't know, maybe that's part of the whole challenge.
Are you aware that eventually you'll start from the very bottom without the words from rock bottom?
Yes, of course I'm aware of it. And I think that this is very normal. One has to start from somewhere to reach the president's position.
I see, you are emotionally very well prepared.
This is the company I have always wanted to work for. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been collecting everything for it. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been collecting all the newspaper articles written about it, collect them thoroughly, and I place them under my pillow at night. My parents even started to worry about me, but later on they realized this great desire of mine, this dream of mine, and they began to support me.
So, you're starting off with a lie. Nothing has ever been written about the company. No information has been released in any media source. If you lie once again, this comfortable chair must become vacant.
I just want to make a good impression. That's all. It won't happen again. You see, I'm just very confused. I really want to become a bass guitarist. But the circumstances in life, well, I mean, generally life is full of circumstances, and that's why.
I'll pretend that I haven't heard anything, as if you said nothing. I'm talking about the bass guitar. From the outset, I would like to warn you that here one works 30, 40, if necessary, 60 hours per day. Doesn't that bother you?
No, not even a little. I'm ready to sleep here in the name of the company, to not even eat. Yes, I will give all my strength for its prosperity. This will, first of all, be an honor and a responsibility, and then a job.
Avoid using any pathos. It will not help you in collecting points. We are starting. We are starting with a white questions. What is your marital status?
Lonely? I don't have a marital status.
That's very good. If you had a family, you would have no chances. That's useless responsibilities after children and other responsibilities. I believe you understand why we prefer candidates with no marital status, absolutely none. Imagine if you had a family and your wife is calling you because the refrigerator has broken down. How would you give yourself fully to the company? You'll start getting nervous. You'll start looking for a technician. Your wife is not going to leave you alone until the technician arrives. She would give you grief over the phone, and after that at home. You wouldn't be able to sleep well and be alert and focused in the name of the company.
That's right. Last year I was just about getting married. But you know what happens at the last moment? She fell in love with another. My best friend, and we were childhood best friends. And I saw them kissing in the telephone booth, and I will never forgive him. And I will never forgive her, because I loved her. I really loved her from head to toes, and maybe I still, even when I think of her, it takes my breath away. Like it literally takes my breath away.
I understand.
Every morning, I love watching her stretch. I loved the smell of her breath. I loved having tea on her shoulders. And in the evening, when she would come home from work, I always prepared the table. I would buy the wine, and we drank, and we talked, and...
I understand. Just warn you that expressing yourself excessively poetic does not help you in collecting points. Quite the opposite.
That red sugar from me, that's the truth. We were childhood best friends. Best friends. I will never forgive him. Never. Absolute trash.
Take it easy and focus. And try not to fall in such emotional states. They're only preventing you from collecting points. And I'm not here to listen, much less to solve your personal problems. I'm not a psychoanalyst.
No.
The company have enough psychoanalysts who are going to be available and within easy reach, eventually.
I apologize, okay? I'm sorry, it just won't happen again. I'm sorry that I lost my nerves and began languishing.
Any languishing is a loss of points. And right now, I'm calculating you have to collect a lot of points to pass this interview, to enter the company. But everything depends solely on you.
I understand. It will not be repeated. I have always wanted to pass this test of admission to enter the company, to be part of it. It will not be repeated.
I hope so. We are continuing with the white questions. Do you sweat often?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understood. Okay.
Better understand me from the very beginning, otherwise you're eating up my time.
I seriously apologize, but...
Do your armpits sweat often?
Well, from time to time, if I'm overly excited, if I'm in any kind of tension, and of course in the warmer months, like all people, July, August, and sometimes even September. And now the summers are getting very hot, like every year they get hotter.
So, employees of this company do not sweat. This cannot happen neither during hot nor in the cold months. Sweat under the white shirt is something extremely harmful. It damages the image of the company. And the image of the company is something that is built for centuries. And when your armpits are sweaty and there are wet spots on your shirt, this is detrimental for the company prestige. It knocks it down. Have I made myself clear, or should I repeat myself?
Well, if you don't mind, I'll be using cosmetic products then. They're selling so much now that there won't be any problem, in my opinion. In general, the cosmetics industry is booming, so there won't be any problem. Meaning the image of the company will not be hurt, if I understand you correctly.
Do you mind not analyzing my words, but answering the questions precisely and clearly?
It won't happen again. I just said that I believe it's in the cosmetics industry.
The company hospital has a dermatologist. If it's happened that you become a part of the company, this will be one of the first things you have to do. Through intervention, some of your armpits, the glands, some of your sweat glands that are stimulating your armpits are going to be removed. And this way, your white shirt will be always clean and the image of the company will be intact. Cosmetic products are not favored here, and they cost money.
Does it hurt a lot? I'm just asking out of curiosity, just out of curiosity.
I believe I was clear enough. Do not cross the line with me.
I was asking because I'm afraid of doctors.
Nothing ever hurts here. Remember that.
Okay, yes. Nothing ever hurts here. I got it.
No one ever sweats.
Okay, and no one ever sweats.
Raise your hands forward and up. Forward and up. Forward and up. We are moving to the blue questions. Alcohol is the topic of this conversation. You know, this is one of the diseases of the century. We cannot go without it. Be as honest as possible because all the detectors are on.
I drink a little. Rosé, occasionally Polish vodka. And if I'm with friends, Belgian beer, but always within the limits. I haven't gone drunk since prom. But it was so cool back then. I mean, so many hours wasted. It was very, very cool. Like, even as I remember it now, it was perhaps the greatest day of my life. The coolest. I was flying.
Enough. In general, I would like to warn you. If you'd like at all to be part of this company, words like cool and likewise must be cut out from your vocabulary. And in their place, to embed phrases that are used by company staff. We have a full-time philologist here. If it's happened that you pass this interview and be part of this company, this will be one of the first things, one of the first duties that you have to do. You have to meet with him and form your vocabulary. Currently, it is in a terrible state.
I understand. It was a slip of the tongue. It occasionally happens, but this will not happen again. Okay? I have always tried to speak scholarly, to not even use slang. It was just a slip of the tongue. Honestly, does this take off any points?
Any slip of the tongue takes off points and diminishing your chances. But back to the alcohol. Oh, and I heard that you have friends.
Yes, I do have. They're about 2 or 3. They aren't a lot, and especially after what happened last year, I don't really believe in friendship that much. But however, one cannot fully not believe in friendship. At least that's what I think.
You haven't come here to philosophize about friendships, right?
Right. Does that eliminate points too?
If you become a part of the company, that will be the end with all your friendships. The company is going to be your only friend.
Oh, okay. How am I supposed to tell them now that they're no longer going to be my friends anymore? I mean, in general, they have helped me for so many years, and yes, we're a squad. Yes, a small squad, but we're united nonetheless.
Listen, you start making me nervous. Oh. You're irritating me.
You know what? I'm terribly sorry. You know what? I didn't want to. You know what? Is this water for me? I just need a sip
No!
of water. Okay.
No drinking water during the interview.
Okay, I'm just going to run to the restroom then, okay?
Sit on this divinely blessed chair. Sit back on this chair. No moving from this chair during the interview.
Okay, I'm just going to take off my suit jacket.
No! No taking off clothes during the interview. Company is going to tell you when to drink water, when to take off clothes, when to go to the washroom. Back to your friends. A company employee will meet with them. You will provide their phone numbers and addresses. And they will meet and talk with them, and everything will be fine. We cannot afford for you to be part of smaller squads, friendships or otherwise. This is a waste of time, and secondly, this distracts you both physically and emotionally. and we cannot afford that. We are investing heavily in you, and we cannot throw our money out the window. Am I clear?
Okay. You are clear. I understand. But still, a friendship takes years to be built. And friends, real friends, are not as easy to find. As they say, a good friend is like a four-leaf clover. Hard to find, and yet lucky to have.
Avoid using cliches. We have points to accumulate. But back to the alcohol.
Isn't red wine good for the heart and for the myocardium of the heart? Because recently I was reading a study, and there was actually saying that there was no better medicine for the heart, and even in Paris they drink it for breakfast. Yes, a glass of red wine, of course some session wine, not something of a high percentage, if you understand what I mean.
Sir, you are getting yourself carried away. You are carried away too much.
I really apologize. You know what? I'm just terribly nervous, and I'm starting to talk nonsense. You know what? I just need to run to the restroom.
No!
Whatever it is.
Sit back on this chair. Sit back on this divinely blessed chair. You know how many people are waiting for that chair. If you pass this test and be part of the company, you'll be entitled to 1 glass of champagne at our annual cocktail party. You have a choice of white or red, French or Portuguese, and so on and so forth. As you can see, we give our employees right of choice. We give them the opportunity to feel unique and blessed, as they say. Have you ever heard of any company taking care of its employees this way?
I haven't even thought about there being another such company.
I asked you if you have heard, not whether you thought. Answer my questions precisely.
No.
This is how money is made, sir. The only way. When company stimulates its employees, when give them the opportunity to feel unique, to feel like the cream of the crop, to feel like the cherry on top of the cake of society.
Huh. So what date is the cocktail party?
It's pretty early for you to ask about the cocktail party. This is an arrogance on your part.
No, I was asking about it so that I may motivate myself more. That would have given me the strength to endure this whole ordeal.
Motivate yourself, but your over-talkativeness is getting to be too much.
It won't happen again.
I hope so. We are continuing with the blue questions. Are you predisposed to being overweight?
Okay, it's genetic for me. Otherwise, I don't eat much. Even sometimes I don't have dinner to avoid wasting time. And when I'm accepted to the company, I will stop eating.
Do not enter the conversation so courtly. Our nutritionists are going to take care of you, but you also have to make some efforts.
I understand. I'm ready to do anything to drop my weight. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to follow the best diets. I'm going to start a regimen of sorts. But if it's genetic for me, I don't know if I'll succeed, but I will do my best.
Exercising is another topic, is not a topic of this conversation. I believe you understand that being overweight undermines company prestige. It knocks it down. It should be no fat under the white shirt. It cannot be. It should not be any fat under the white shirt.
Okay.
If you become a part of the company, all eyes are going to be on you. And if there's any fat coming out of your body, no matter where, it's going to undermine the prestige of the company.
I got it.
Our employees must fit into the parameters 40, 70, 100. Repeat after me. 40, 70, 100. 40, 70, 100. The only exception is really invisible 7 centimeter muffin top. Stepping out of these parameters is equivalent to stepping out of the company. Am I clear?
Yes, but as I said, I'm genetically predisposed.
Sir, gene is the gene, but the company is the company. Our specialists are changing the gene. without any problem. It becomes precisely the exact same for all our employees. Today you have a gene, tomorrow you don't. Repeat after me. Today you have a gene, tomorrow you don't. Today you have a
Today I have a gene,
tomorrow you don't.
Okay, I will do my best. But since it's genetic for me, oh, you know what? I just don't know how to express myself right now. I just won't be leaving the gym.
And when would you be working? Have you thought about that?
No, outside of work hours.
Oh, sir, there is no such thing as work hours or outside of work hours here. Here time is different.
Wait, so how am I supposed to get rid of my excessive calories? I thought that with more sports and exercise.
Sir, genetic engineering is well ahead, I mean advanced. You will be in the approved body parameters without any problems. And when you go out on the streets with your colleagues for a walk, you'll feel unique.
I will feel unique.
Yes, you'll feel unique.
I know. I'm pretty familiar with the whole process of it all, but okay, but still.
Should we continue on, or
I'm sorry for expressing myself this way, that I doubted your words even. It will not be repeated.
I hope so. We are continuing. With the green questions. Are you predisposed to balding? I see your hair started falling here and there.
Okay. I was told that my hair follicle might be thin, and so that's why it may seem to you that way.
Sir, you started balding. This is fatal for the image, the dignity, not to mention the money of the company. I'm telling you, this is fatal.
Really, could you please show me exactly where I started balding?
Are you doubting my words?
No, I wouldn't allow myself to.
Our wig maker will design you a hairstyle eventually, if you pass this test and if you become a part of the company. And eventually you would start from the very bottom, so most probably our wig maker will design you small, imperceptible black curls. Sit back on this divinely blessed chair and don't move from that chair. No moving from this chair during the interview.
Curls? Will they even suit me?
It's important to suit the company, not you. Curls are symbol of success, class, financial stability. And as I told you, if you go out the streets, it will show the prosperity of the company. Because as I told you, all eyes are going to be on you.
Isn't that a little bit too much now? Me with black curls.
Excuse me.
Well?
Am I sensing some signs of opposition coming from you? Or am I deceiving myself?
No, I was not in any opposition at all. I was just thinking out loud how I would look like with the curls, that's all. Because I've been with this hair like that all my life, and now with curls, wouldn't they laugh at me a lot? That's why I react that way. Wouldn't they laugh at me?
Why would you think the company hasn't thought about that? If someone laughs, coughs, or somehow belittles you, that someone is going to be confronted by the company within seconds. Do you know what that means? Do you know what would happen to that someone who is going against the company?
I guess.
Oh, you can only guess. At this time, you can only guess. But believe me, your assumptions are far from the truth. It's a very wrong direction, absolutely wrong direction.
So actually, if I'm understanding correctly, with the curls I can safely walk down the street and no one will belittle me or anything like that.
Absolutely safely. However, I'd like to advise you that your hairstyle will evolve, will change according to the position you occupy.
Huh. What if I became the president of the company? How would I look like then?
Would you like us to skip that question?
It was just out of curiosity. At least could you tell me how I would look like at level 2?
At level 2, the accent is non-aggressive, unobtrusive, coiffed crew cut. from left to right.
Well, I like this one much more than the other one.
It will take many years for our wig maker to make that one for you. For some takes 10, for others 15 years. And some are left with curls for life. But everything depends on you, on your work, on your dedication, on your input to the company.
Are you saying that I can retire with curls?
That very well might be, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Isn't an elderly man with black curls just a little bit funny now? I'm just thinking out loud, nothing more.
I believe we talked about that already.
Okay, at least could you tell me about the third level, and I promise I won't ask you anymore.
This is pretty idealistic for you, and for that matter, we're only wasting time. Do you know what kind of crowd is waiting outside to come and sit on this divinely blessed chair? Do you know what wild crowd is waiting over there to come and sit here, and you're wasting my time?
That's right. I convinced myself of all this. I was just curious. Okay?
Okay, for you, I'll make an exception, and I'll tell you about the third level. The third level, the accent is unnoticeable boldness. 33 degrees above the fontanelle. We are continuing here with the green questions. How are your teeth? Is this a cavity? You came here with this cavity?
My teeth are healthy. I'm constantly having prophylactic dental checkups every 6 months even.
They might be healthy, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. I believe you'll need a slight correction.
Oh, come on.
Nuance will be made for you. Everyone in the company has the same teeth. Everyone must have the same smile. This is one of our strategies. We do not allow one to smile to the left and other to smile to the right. Everyone must smile in the same direction. Am I clear?
Okay. What was the point of me studying 4 years for my bachelor's, another 4 years for my master's, so that you can be asking me these questions about genetic obesity, balding, and now my teeth?
You came here on your own choosing, right? No one forced you to come, right? Smile is the business card of the company. It is the reflection of the company.
Yes, I understand. It's the business card of the company.
Without any hesitation, you can get out of this chair and leave it for someone else who is waiting eagerly over there to come and sit on it. Do you know how many years these people are waiting outside there? Some are waiting for 10, 12, 15 years. But they're very well aware that if once they enter, if they pass this interview and become a part of the company, their lives change for better. They start prosper, both on personal and social level. They'll start making money for themselves and the company. Their bank accounts start swell up. It will be times that you even wouldn't know what to do with your money. You wouldn't know how to spend your money. You receive thank you letters from banks daily. Do you know what that means? Have you ever think of that? Have you ever seen yourself with such a huge amount of money? Money is everything, sir. Everything, much more than anything else in the world, much more than friendships, happiness, love, much more than anything else. You will live your golden years with dignity. You would not think how to pay for your electricity, heating, water. You will munch on whatever you want without hurting your precious head with unnecessary muck. This is what that crowd is aware, sir. And if it's necessary, they will wait 100 years only to be a part of the company. And my clear, sir, you decide.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me for being so rude to you and so undisciplined in my answers. I just thought I had a nice smile, that's why. Otherwise, I understand that I'm predisposed to obesity, that I'm predisposed to being bald, that I'm more or less ugly. I got it. But I always thought that somehow people are charmed by my smile. And even my mom told me, how did I give birth to you with that nice smile? And that's why. Otherwise, I understand everything. I understand everything.
Focus. We are entering the epicenter of this interview. The following questions and their subsequent answers carry the most weight, or subsequently take away the most points. You need incredible concentration. We are entering red questions. I'll start from afar. Do you feel the hots? Does your stomach ache when you see a woman? With other words, do you fall in love?
Well, it does happen to me, but very rarely. I try to suppress it because then it becomes very difficult. Because, I mean, you see me, I'm a pretty shy guy, and when I see a pretty woman, I just turn my head up to the marble sky. Because I know the consequences after that. I would become depressed, and in any case, that will hinder my professional realization.
The word depression is banned here. It's forbidden. There's no more forbidden word than that. The word depression is banned. It's forbidden.
I would go into a state of mental upheaval.
That's much better. So, you do not believe in love from first sight, second sight, third sight?
Exactly. I do my best to ignore it, to not even believe in it. Especially after what happened last year. I mean, they've been hiding me with my best friend for 3 whole months. But you know, at one point, you can't hide forever.
I don't care about that, but after that answer, you started having some chances in passing this interview.
Really?
And are you dependent on having sex? Do you enjoy sex?
Well, how can I put it? I try to avoid it. It's a great waste of time. Dressing up, skincare and cosmetics before that, then lovey-dovey words, sensual affection, kisses. It just eats up a lot of time. It just wastes time.
Avoid using my words. You are collecting points and then you lose them.
Did I lose a lot of points though?
Enough. And overall, what is your sexual orientation?
Oh, I'm heterosexual.
Huh.
Is that wrong? Did I do something bad?
Again, an issue.
An issue.
Not that it's bad or wrong, but for the sake of the company, it's better to have no sexual orientation. Absolutely none. That's the issue.
I haven't even heard about someone without a sexual orientation.
Oh, there are quite a bit.
Really?
I'm the one asking the questions here. Any sexual orientation is a waste of time, and we cannot afford that. Otherwise, we are pretty tolerant to all kinds of orientations, even too tolerant.
So what should I do now? I mean, I already told you I'm going to be turning my head up to the marble sky.
No matter how often you turn your head up to the marble sky, one day you'll forget to turn it up to the marble sky. And when you make that human mistake, what do we do?
I really don't know. I don't have the exact answer right now. I won't have one, but I can't think of one. I'm actually clueless. I'm really sorry.
I'll help you with the answer. The company will start losing money, and we cannot afford that. We had a similar case a year ago. One of our employees, we invested in him. Money, time, everything. He was on one of the key positions of the company. But he fell in love. He forgot to turn his head up to the marble sky. Such a waste. We're still calculating the losses.
So did you fire him?
This is useless detail, but I'll tell you. He understood his mistake, but it was too late. And as it happens often, he committed suicide. In his last wish letter, he asked to be buried in the private company cemetery. We made that exception, but we're still calculating the losses, and they are huge, unhuman losses.
How did he commit suicide?
That's unnecessary detail, but I'll still tell you, even though I'm breaking up the protocol. Anyone who decides to commit suicide here does it in the same exact way. No interpretations are allowed.
Is this for real?
Are you surprised?
No, I just feel sad for the citizen now. So what should I do now?
Madam Company.
Oh yes, sorry. Madam Company, yes. What should I do now?
Why would you think that we haven't thought about that? Why would you think that we'll leave that to be solved by itself? How can you think such a thing?
No, I don't think I ever thought such a thing. I'm just really confused. So confused that...
If you're a person with an orientation, you have a chance once a week to discard your testosterone. You know it's not good to linger for too long. It disturbs the metabolism of the organism. You have a chance to discard it in the designated booths. Of course, on medical prescription. Our sexologist, who specializes in male testosterone, is going to give you the day, hour, and minute when you have to enter the booth and discard your testosterone, to fling it, to toss it.
Okay, I got
It's a
it.
good idea to follow the instructions precisely, otherwise mishappenings occur and that might disturb your career and you might be left with curls for life. To express myself more figuratively.
Is there any other option? I'm guessing that such a company such as yours has hundreds of options for its employees, and I'm also guessing that the company's sexologist is probably one of the best, so...
Sir, we are a liberal company, and for every problem we are looking for a variety of solutions to satisfy our employees. This is our norm.
So what are the other options? Please, look, Madam Company, this is extremely important to me, like extremely.
The other option is we have recruited enough male and female flesh according to employees' orientation. It can be used once a week. Of course, it is withheld from your paycheck, and as you can guess, it is done outside of the work time in time indicated by the company.
But what about this one for me? You know, who cares that you'll have to indicate if, you know, the time? Who cares that you'll have to withhold it from my paycheck? This is a much better option compared to, tossing and flinging my testosterone in a booth.
This option is available for the employees at level 3 and above, for those who show their dedication to the company, who sacrificed for it, who accept it as a parent, and of course, we show our appreciation. We always show our appreciation. It's our norm.
But
There is a third option. As a friend, I'm telling you, this is the best one. If you take advantage of it, your career will ascend rapidly. You wouldn't be able to stop it.
Seriously? Super. Could you please tell me more about this third option? I'm guessing that this is more my type. The other two are, how should I say it, they're just not my type.
You will undergo a surgical intervention.
Surgical intervention?
Yes, surgical intervention. What's wrong with what I'm saying?
To castrate me?
I believe the terminology is irrelevant.
Wait, to castrate me! To remove my masculinity, but Madam Company, this is against my human rights. This is genocide.
Do not wind yourself up. Many of our employees prefer that. And again, I'm telling you, if you'd like your career to skyrocket, to take advantage of it, it is done by exceptional specialists in our surgical laboratories that are equipped with the latest advancements in medicine. No one ever complained so far. On contrary, everyone shows their gratitude to our specialists and to the company. I'll take your silence as an agreement. Again, you would have chance to think about it, but I'm telling you, being good orientation is not good. Many points are lost. And if you'd like to be easier accepted into the company, you better think of that option. We are entering the most important question. The purple question. Are your parents still alive?
I have a mother still. However, I haven't seen my father for more than 15 years. Like, what do you mean by your question?
You know, older people become like children. They want attention, they want care, and that eat up time. Today, this, tomorrow, that. If you have to visit them, it's time. If you have to buy them something, it's time. If you have to bring them to the hospital, it's time. If you have to talk with them, it's time. In general, parents, living parents, eat up time.
Okay.
It's quite a delicate matter, but you have to get rid of them. And first, you have to get rid of your mother.
What do you mean I get rid of them? And what do you mean I get rid of her? I seriously don't think I understand.
If you'd like to prosper, you have to get rid of her.
What do you mean? How will I get rid of her?
It's not for you to worry about.
Yeah, but how?
In the name of your prosperity, in the name of the achievements you seek, we have to deprive them from their right to live. They eat up time. Otherwise, let them be alive and well, but they really eat up a lot of time. You wouldn't be able to concentrate on your work. Every tier takes off points, and you are not an A student, quite the opposite.
Yes, but
Everything will be taken care of. The company will incur all the expenses for the funeral and in general the whole organization. The only thing you'll feel is as if a huge burden is taken off your shoulders. Turn around, turn around, turn around. There is a button there. You push that button and everything is going to be taken care by the company.
please. Just please.
Pick up your phone and call your mother. I am fond of you and I'm giving you this bonus that I haven't given to anyone in my life. Call your mother.
Right now?
Yes.
Mom?
Yes, Anton? You didn't recognize me, do you?
You?
Yes, he. I was always sure that one day we'll meet here. I in my position and you in this chair, but I don't know when it was reckoned to be today. Everyone sooner or later wants to start working in this company. And no one can escape this interview chair.
How come I never knew you worked here?
I was not allowed to tell you.
Why?
I'll skip that question. But I always wanted you to start working here. To climb up the ladder, level by level.
Then why did you buy me a bass guitar at one point?
Oh, those were the times and I made mistakes. I made many mistakes before I entered the company. What I did was nonsense.
I liked it, Mom. I even taught myself. My first piece was Hotel California. That was your favorite piece.
Music is useless. There is no place for music in this world. Or rather, the time for music has passed. Who needs it today? Look around. Look where you live. Who needs the music? It makes you languish or makes you to fall in love or makes you to fall into a depression. And who needs that today? Today people must work. They must climb up the ladder, level by level, run by run.
Mom.
Very soon, all this will disappear. Very, very soon, all the guitars, all the flugelhorns, all the piano keys, all that will be destroyed. You know that very soon all the music conservatories and opera houses and theater academies will be destroyed. They are not needed by anyone. Oh, they are not needed. They only prevent the humanity from progressing. They prevent the normal human evolution. They cripple it.
This isn't fair.
Never made any ascertainments. Any ascertainment will stop you on some of the ranks and you wouldn't be able to wiggle yourself out of there.
Can you stop with the stupid ladder and these stupid rungs, Mom?
It's time to push the button.
I can't.
I don't understand you.
I just can't.
I don't understand you at all.
You're my mother, Mom.
That doesn't matter. You don't want to be a loser like all those who linger over there on the streets forever. And there is no much time left. This conversation is absolutely forbidden by the company. Any visual contact is forbidden by the company.
Stop with this company. You're my mother.
That doesn't matter.
Then screw this company.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Do you remember your grandfather?
Of course I remember him. He played the accordion. He played it very well.
That doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it?
Do you remember when he went to visit friends in the country, friends from the old country, and he never came back?
Yes.
It wasn't easy for me, right?
What?
It wasn't easy for me, right?
You!
Yes, me. I had to do it. Otherwise, I'll be a loser like all those who stayed behind the company fences and look with envy. Otherwise, our fridge would have been always empty.
No, this isn't true. Just tell me that this isn't true, okay?
I also was sitting once on this chair, but back then the chairs were not so comfortable, and there weren't any buttons like this. Back then the company was in its infancy, was establishing itself, and nothing was sure, nothing. One had to take risks, many risks, and dying was much more painful. Today, you push this button, and I go to the 4th row of the cemetery. Burial service is wonderful. Such class and taste. It's unforgettable. I've been to hundreds of them. There is no burial service in any cemetery like this. It's beautiful. And you know what? Most probably the vice president will come to show his respects to me. Imagine the vice president coming and honoring me. It's an honor that is not given to everybody. Imagine the vice president honoring me.
Mom!
I really loved your grandfather. Nothing was missing from your life, right? You grew up in a tidy home. What about all those scumbags, those losers? Their fridges were always empty. And for you, you had your steaks that you loved, always on your dinner table. You loved beef soup, and you had it on your table. You loved freshly squeezed orange juice with a little bit of grapefruit, and you had it on your table. You loved cream soup, and you had it on your table. You loved cheese, and you had it on your table, all kinds of cheeses, the most expensive ones. You loved creme brulee, and you had it on your table. Everything that you loved, you had it on your table.
Mom!
You took all the courses that you wanted for computers, languages, technologies. You got all the scholarships that you needed. You got all the internships that you wanted. You become a modern man, the one that this society needs. And now, when you push this button, you'll be a part of the company. Tell me how many can be part of the company? How many? And you can do it. The world is going ahead. The world must evolve. The world must go ahead, and you are part of it.
Mom!
Until I'm here, I'm Madam Company.
Mom!
All those musicians, all those scumbags must be trampled on, gutted, and destroyed once and for all. Hang their gallbladders on the balconies of the offices for lessons to others. Use their blood to produce dishwasher detergent and soap to clean the floors of the malls and computer stores and office equipment chains. Or use their stomach acid to produce shoe polish for employed citizens to shine their shoes. Oh, crush their bones to produce computers, scanners, toners. You have to push this button, and there's not much time left. This conversation is out of any rules of the company. No visual contact is allowed.
Screw this whole fucking company. Excuse me. Screw this whole fucking company!
Nothing was missing from your life, right? You owe it solely to the company. Remember that.
Yes, Mom. Yes, the fridge was always full. And yes, nothing was missing in my life but you. Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you when I started shaving for the first time? And I was covered in blood. Where were you so you could hug me, kiss my forehead, tell me that everything's gonna be okay? Where were you? Where were you when I was covered in pubescent pimples and everyone was making fun of me and I was ashamed to go out on the street? Where were you so I could ask you what to do? Where were you when I got drunk for the first time and I drank a whole bottle of vodka and I smashed my head up and I fell on the toilet bowl? Where were you, Mom? Where were you? Yes, the fridge was full, but where were you? Where were you when I fell in love for the first time? When I had absolutely no idea what to do. And I was dying for her. I was literally dying. Where were you so I could tell you? I needed you to tell me something. Were you there with me when I was shaving, when I was cutting my veins in the bathtub because of her again? And I started to cut my veins. But have you ever heard that? What have you even heard about me if at all? Yes, the fridge was full, but what do you know about me? Did you know that I used to write poetry? They even published one of my stupid poems. And I was so proud of myself, Mom. I wanted to share that moment with you. I bet you didn't know that I wanted to become a soccer player as a kid. Nothing more, a soccer player. Did you hear that I got high in 8th grade? And I ran in front of oncoming traffic without knowing why. Maybe because that's when they kicked me out of school. Have you ever heard that? Mom? Mom, I'm grateful. But don't you get it that you left me in the dark to figure this whole life out by myself? When I needed you the most, you were gone. Just absolutely gone. The fridge was full. The fridge was stuffed with whatever I wanted, but you were gone. Where were you? Where were you, Mom? Where are you?
You have a minute to push this button and become a part of the company. Nothing will make me happier than knowing that you are climbing up the ladder. Level 7, level 14, level 79. Nothing will make me happier than knowing that you are a part of the company. Now when you push this button, you enter the wig maker salon, remember? And you'll have the hairstyle of an employee of the company. Do you know what that means to me? Do you know what that means to me? It's happiness. Happiness! Happiness!
No!
Welcome to the company's wig maker salon.